Page 36, the Wren and the Swan. In this page, they're introducing you to another musical symbol called the flat sign. You've already had a sharp sign that takes the note up one key, white or black, on the keyboard. Well, as you can guess, the flat sign goes the other way. Flat goes down, sharp goes up. I think of a flat tire. A flat tire goes down. That's how I can remember it. You use any system you want to remember it, but remember it. It's important. And the symbol they show you there in the little box that they explain it. And you see it in the second line. In the left hand, the first note is a B, but it's got that flat sign in front of it. It's going to go down one note on the keyboard, white or black. So a B flat would be there. Right? An A flat would be there. A G flat. F flat. Yes, that's an F flat. I know it's an E, but it's also an F flat. Remember when I said all the keys on the piano have more than one name? We'll get there. So, E flat. D flat. And you're saying, well, can I have an A flat flat? And the answer is yes, you can, but let's talk about that later. Okay, just one flat at a time here. The rule for accidentals is, what's an accidental? Well, I better explain that. An accidental is a sharp, flat, or natural sign. You haven't had a natural sign yet, but you will. That is introduced in a measure. Like here, they put a flat sign in the measure in front of those B's. There's two of them in the second line. That's an accidental. And when they had the sharp in the measure, that's an accidental. It changes, not means it's an accident. It just means it changes the note, changes the pitch. Well, the rule is it applies from that point on in the measure for the rest of the measure in that staff. Complete rule. So in the second line in the first measure, you have B flat. That applies to all the B's in that staff for the rest of the measure. Doesn't matter where they are. It could be here, here, here. Doesn't matter. It applies to all of them in that staff for the rest of the measure, which means that other B, the last note in the measure, is also a B flat. But then you cross the bar line. If there were a B in the next measure, it would be a B natural because it crossed the bar line. That's an important rule to remember, and I will remind you a few more times. And that's really about it. Otherwise, it's in 4/4 time. We got quarter notes and half notes and whole notes, and you know about all that. It's not a problem. You have the phrasing, but you know to lift up between the phrases. Hi, yeah, okay. Let's try this out slowly. Now, your hand position, you're starting out, and left hand is here, and you go ahead and put it in this position. And then in the second line, when you need the B flat, you're going to use the same finger for the B as the B flat. You just move it down one. Try and get where you can do that without looking at the keyboard. Can you feel this move? That's important, so you want to work on that. You may have to look originally, but eventually. So you're starting here, and then in the second line, when you get there, you're just going to go here. That's all. So left hand's here, right hand's here, the middle C position. Imagine that. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 4.